All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our podcast. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button and follow us on all social media platforms at Get It From My Mama. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Vertical. What are we talking about today?
All right. What are we talking? Let me roll my sleeves up because it's
It's about to get
it's
serious?
gonna be that kind of conversation.
Okay. No, you're doing way too much. Way too much now.
All right. Today we are going to discuss money, power, and respect.
Big three.
Money, power, respect. That was a song.
I'm trying to think of where. Whose song is that?
I know Lil' Kim on it. Money, power, respect.
Which one you think most important?
Good question. I'm gonna go with respect.
I agree.
Why?
Because when you can have power, but if people don't respect you, nobody cares about your power. You can have all the money in the world, people don't respect you, nobody cares. So I think if respect, you lead with respect, all that other stuff comes.
I wish the world looked at it like that. Because I'm going to agree. Yeah, I think respect weighs more.
I agree. You look pretty today.
Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you. You know, I try. All right, so let's get into money, power, and respect. All right, so let's talk about money. You think the more money you get, the more problems you have?
Yes, because I think once you get more money, you get more things, and more things brings more problems. So I agree.
Is that good or bad?
More money?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who don't want to be financially stable? But I can say it could be a good and a bad thing. Two things can be true at once. Because yes, when you have more money, you have more responsibilities naturally. So yeah.
But those problems don't have to be life-changing problems. You're going to get more problems because you have more money.
But it depends on how you're handling those problems.
That's right. It's about balance with
Yes,
the money because
correct.
everybody who has more money, they probably have some problems, but they can handle those problems. And we talk about problems like, you know, your utility bill probably a little more expensive. You probably have more people who
But because you're making more money, you're probably covering more bills and expenses for other people and things.
got that. But we're talking about when the problems become ego.
Well, I don't think that's a money problem anymore. That's something else.
What you think it is?
I feel like that ego thing comes from people around you. People only get big. It's not you feed into your ego as everybody else.
You think?
I think so for sure. I don't think people's egos would be so big if everybody else didn't acknowledge it.
I think egos are personal. That's personal. So let's get into this. Ego, according to Merriam-Webster, ego is the Latin word for I.
Like me or?
I.
Okay.
So that contradicts what you just said. So ego is about that person. That's it. So it's most of us think of ego just somebody who
full of themselves.
That's right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's exaggerated or not, it's ego. But then that ego starts to
seep out to everybody.
And now it becomes conceit. It becomes a snowball of other things. Mm-hmm. A snowball of other things. I want to stop saying.
A big ego.
So let's talk about power. Where does power come from? Does it come from money?
Sometimes it can come from money. Sometimes it can come from people you know, connections. It don't always have to be money.
You don't have no money. You don't have no power.
You think?
Think about it.
I feel like if you are connected to people with money, then that's equally powerful. You don't necessarily have to have money, but if you look like you have money, then that could also be powerful. But I get what you're saying.
Explain what you're saying again.
Meaning, like, I mean, I know you don't like for me to be saying names and stuff,
Yeah, don't name drop.
but that's like if you're with a big celebrity,
Mhm.
you if you his partner, his homeboy, his posse, you're not rich like him, but you do have some power, some leverage because you're next to somebody who has money, fame, and power. So it's like if I'm next to you, I kind of got the same thing.
You don't.
You don't,
That,
but that's what
but
it
that's
is
that's
perceived
delusional.
as.
You can, but that's the delusion. But you don't have no power.
I
You
agree.
have zero power. Yeah, you standing next to somebody with some power, but you don't have any.
But I mean, how that looks though, like
Yeah,
you up
it
there.
can be delusional, but you don't have no power. Zero. You know, it's kind of like when you go into a club and people are in VIP. Like,
Whole time is one person that paid for all that, but everybody around there is reaping the benefits.
and they feel like they
They got
the
the power,
but
exactly.
you don't, because you didn't pay the bill. So, and then respect. We just touched on respect.
Yeah. I mean, no, I don't think you have to have money and power to be respected.
I agree. Respect comes from that's a whole nother segment.
Correct.
I think that's what we kind of messing up right now, because people really, y'all,
Well, they don't value respect.
You do not value respect
because they value
money and power.
Correct.
And respect is the most important, because respect, that's,
but why do you think that's
integrity?
The most,
that is your
morals,
character.
values.
Yes, you know what I mean. So when people lose someone, and I see people say this, and they're like, "Man, that really was a good dude. Like, really was a good guy." And when people say that, it's because they respect them. That means the way that they walk,
the way
how
that
they carried themselves, how they treated people was of respect.
Correct.
And dignity and chivalry. And that's what's missing now. Because you could have the money and power. I would definitely prefer you to be walking this earth with respect.
And I think with the money and power thing, how people obtain money and power, it's not always in a respectful way. Mm-hmm. So that's why I don't respect money and power. Because what did you do to get there? Or get to where you are?
But even if you do have it, because some people think just because they have it, you're automatically supposed to respect them because they have money. And that doesn't work like that. Yeah, you can have money, whole bunch of lames with money. So we know, money don't unlame you. That don't mean people respect you just because you have money. Like, nah, absolutely. So on one of my favorite movies, A Bronx Tale.
I never watched.
Never watched it. You should definitely watch A Bronx Tale. They ask, would you rather be feared or loved?
Ooh. I would rather be loved. I don't want anybody to be scared of me. But I know people think that equals, if they scared of me, they're going to respect me or whatever I say. But you can respect somebody you love as well. I would rather be loved.
Mm-hmm. I think the street version would say fear, but all of us that was on the sidewalk would say love.
Correct.
The fear thing, like we don't want anybody to fear us. We will much rather be.
But even the fear, loved. Why do you feel like because I fear you, that means I'm literally scared of you? I don't respect that. I'm just scared of what's going to happen.
Like, yeah, exactly. And that's what I said. The street side. They're definitely fearing you. But then there is a little stench of respect that they may have for them, even though they fear them.
Not me.
Not I, said the cat. Okay. Next, I want to talk about.
Oh, you want to talk about mother?
Back to ego. Let's talk about.
But when I say ego, like you can think you the best. You can have a big ego, but if nobody else feeds into it or believe it, that's just you thinking it. That's why I
mean, ego is all about your self-confidence. It's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing
it's
wrong
when the ego gets out of control.
Turns into something else.
Correct. So when that ego starts to turn into the God complex, that's when we have a problem. What's your definition of God complex?
Thinking that you can play God, thinking that you're bigger than everybody else. Yeah, you could be good. You could be great at what you do. You could be the money man. You could be the power man, but you're not God. You can't control everything and everybody or to make everything sway in your favor. Yeah, I think that's what a God complex is, thinking you bigger than everybody.
Pretty much. And once again, ego,
or a
it's all
higher sense
about
of
it's
self.
all about them,
Yeah.
right? So everything revolves around them. They're the best at everything. No one is right. They feel like they're entitled to certain things. You do this, and you're
But a
not
lot of
supposed to
that is
do
simply
this.
because they have money. Or because,
Exactly.
yeah. And money to them makes them
That's
powerful.
correct. That is correct. So I was reading psychology major here. Sigmund Freud talked a lot
Love
about
him.
ego. Yeah, ego, which is, of course, a sense of self. But then we get into Carl Jung, who talks about archetypes. And it's two. You have the hero and then you have the tyrant. So the,
Okay.
the hero is brave, saves the day. But then sometimes the hero can turn into
To
a
a tyrant.
tyrant, right? Where they think they're all powerful, don't consider others.
Or they
And
feel like you owe them.
And that's where the God complex comes in at.
Right. Because if you're going to be a hero, to be a hero, do it out the kindness of your heart. But when you come with that other stuff, that tyrant mentality, I get what you're saying.
That becomes a problem.
Correct.
That becomes a problem. And that's it. I think in society right now, we're dealing with money and power and how people use it for the wrong thing all the time. That's
Mm-hmm.
the part that kind of makes the world sick and sickening, because you have money and you have power, but you rather use it to
Belittle other people.
and knock people down and throw them under the bus, and that's
But
difficult.
I think we also see the most people with the money and the power, they're probably the unhappiest because nobody respects them, because they don't have real people in their life, because they lead with money all the time. Money is not everything.
And he don't have friends either.
Real friends,
They're
at
not gonna
least.
have real friends, not like that.
Right. Because you lead with money. And money is not everything to everybody.
Hmm.
I know it's not much to me.
I mean, we needed to live, however,
It's not the end all
but
be
some
all.
people feel like money is everything.
It's not. Because once you have it, I'm sure you still feel empty. I'm sure you still longing for something else. Yeah. So yeah, it's not everything.
It's not. And we're only here for a short time. So let me get into my tips real quick. All right, money, power, and respect. Number one, I'm going to keep saying this, we need to learn from others. Be better and do better. Watch how other people abuse money and power.
But yeah, that's what I'm
And
saying.
don't do the same thing. Just learn from it. It's not good. It's hard to see people who we've admired who have money and power, but the respect is no longer there because they've done things that
Are not
they're
respectable.
not I mean, it's just they've done things that we didn't even imagine that they're even capable of doing stuff like that.
In the name of money.
Money. And just be mindful of that. So just learn, pay attention, don't repeat the same patterns that other people have done that didn't work. Number two, for me, sadly enough, what comes around does go around. It does.
What goes around
What
comes
comes
around.
around goes around. Karma does exist. I know some people don't believe in it, but some of us do. But it's going to come
Oh,
back. It
you
might
reap what
not
you
be
sow, pretty
tomorrow.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May not be tomorrow, may not be next week, might be 2-3 years from now. But it's gonna come back to you. So be mindful of that. I don't care how much money you have, how much power you think you have. It's gonna come back around.
Or in other words, whatever you put out into the world, you will get it back
Yeah,
times
you
10.
reap what you sow.
Yeah.
You are correct. Even with all the money you have. My last tip, just do unto others as you would want them to do to you. Why can't we just be good? Why can't we
That's
be
too much
good
like
to one
right.
another? Yeah, like why is that so hard?
Can't we all
Can't
just
we
get
all just get
along?
along? Love on each other, pray for one another, help one another. Pay people back if you owe them, pay them.
Because why wouldn't you want to do that?
Man, just be kind to one. I just don't know why that's so difficult for us, but that's something that we definitely need to work on.
And I agree. Kindness can go a very long way and leave a lasting impression. So
Just be kind. It costs you 0 cents to be kind.
I agree. And to be real too.
And this money and power, at the end of the day, we all going to the same old spot. Meaning, once you're no longer here, you going back to the dust. I don't care what you buried in, whether your coffin or casket is solid gold. Everybody going back to the same place. You're not no bigger or no better than anybody else. And let's talk about that. Why is it that we think if we have money, we
better
bigger
than
and
everybody
better
else.
than somebody else?
You know why?
I don't know why.
That is what society is.
You are not bigger and better than anyone because you have a little more money than them. You in a better position, but you're not better than them. You're still human. You're still flawed, just like them. You still breathe just like them. You hurt like them. You're sad
cry,
like them. Yes. You have pain. You're also going to leave this earth too. It's the exact same thing. And pay attention when somebody famous passes away. Najee knows I talk about you got 3 days. After that, what happens?
On to the next. Something else happening.
Nobody cares.
And it's sad to say, not trying to say it like
I'm not. It's just nobody cares. That's it. Be kind to one another. You can't take that money with you. You can't.
I agree.
Be kind. You're not bigger or better than anyone. You are not. We are all humans trying to get this life thing together. So love on each other.
Life be life.
Yes. Love on each other. Try your best to be successful and help other people out. That's it. Just take care of each other.
Hey.
We ain't better than nobody.
We're not better. And I hope that's the main takeaway.
Yeah,
we're not better than anybody.
Just because you got some money.
Equally.
Yeah, you do have money, but you're not better than someone. Yeah. Somebody homeless on the street, you're not better than them. Y'all both are humans. They just struggling right now, but you are not better.
And we're going to end it on that note. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Money, power, and respect. What is your top one? Let us know. And stay tuned for next week's episode. Of course, we love you guys.